Force field failure imminent.
Greetings YouTube, LMS Tactical, and I really should be saying greetings black people. That's why I named the video the way I did, because I really am talking to you. Now before I start, I'm not going to give you a bunch of disclaimers and tell you about, I have black friends or my stepfather's black, may he rest in peace. I'm not going to tell you how many lives I've saved, how many times these pink cracker lips have breathed life into dying black people. I ain't going to tell you that shit. I'm not going to tell you how my 94-year-old great-grandmother was raped by a black man, ex-convict, when she was in an old folks' home, or how before that she got her arm cut to the bone when a guy grabbed her purse and she struggled and he cut her with a knife. I won't tell you that because you wouldn't believe it anyways. But I do want to talk about this whole racist shit. Now, if you haven't seen any of my videos, go scroll through them. I've talked about racism before. I've talked about Ferguson. I haven't talked about the New York incident. But, I just want to let you know, man, how a large majority of white people are thinking these days. They can't tell you this shit because they all have jobs, and if they utter the truth, they'll be fired because, white people are fucking controlled by the bullshit concept of political correctness, which is a liberal weapon to empower minorities and silence people speaking the truth. And there are some ignorant blacks that say, yeah, well, that's what you get. You had slaves. And I wish I did have slaves to help me out yesterday because I did a lot of fucking hard work. And I don't care if they were Chinese humpback doors, I could have used them. The bottom line is this. I feel very sorry for the successful black people in this country. God, how you must be embarrassed and humiliated by the ignorant fucks that can't read. Hang on a second. I've got a visitor. Back with you. Yeah, so when we talk about racism in this country, I was saying that I feel sorry for all the successful blacks who are constantly labeled as sellouts. I feel sorry for ignorant blacks who think that a white person has no business talking about the black situation or the black condition because we're not black. I'm referring to you people. What do you mean by you people? I mean you people. The ignorant fucks that are being led around by the noses by the new slave masters. You guys are slaves again and you don't even know it. You know who your slave masters are? Al Sharpton is a slave master. Jesse Jackson, Eric Holder, and yes, King Obama. These are your slave masters because they are doing all the thinking for you. I was on Twitter today at Airborne80, and I was going around and around with one of these black ladies who, was going on about Ferguson, how Mike Brown had his hands up, and that's a fact, and like all the evidence pointed to it, and there was no evidence at the autopsy that he had punched, Officer Wilson, or there were all these witnesses that said he had hands up, and the facts mean nothing to people who don't know how to think for themselves. They stay away from the facts. They only listen to the things that promote their agenda, and all you gotta do is just fucking read, and they're talking about why couldn't it have gone to a jury, the Ferguson incident. That's not how our fucking system works, okay? Just think back to the Rodney King days, and I was a Los Angeles cop when that happened. Those cops were found innocent, and the black people raised hell and threatened to burn down the fucking neighborhood, and then they were retried, and they were found guilty. Did that satisfy everybody? Well, all the shit was burned down. It was too late. But you don't realize that there was no victory there. White cops ultimately are going to stop fucking policing. And that's, I promise you that. Believe me, I'm dialed into the community. And you got to understand that cops that work in black neighborhoods, that's where I did most of my time. The people we save every day when we're not murdering black people is black people. You don't hear about that, but 24 hours a day, 365 days a week, there's white cops out there risking their lives for black people. And the numbers don't add up to this fucking white cops are hunting down black. Listen, if white cops were hunting down black people, there would be no black people left. You'd be tripping over black bodies in the streets. 2013, there was like 103 blacks killed by cops. That same year, there was like 346 whites killed by cops. Oh yeah, but there's more whites than blacks. You know, you can fucking twist shit any way you want. But the facts don't support this bullshit about fucking genocide and all this other shit. You guys are going to cause a race war. And that's exactly what your slave masters want. You don't understand how your own government works. You don't understand. And you're ignorant. And that's your fault. You have all the resources that nobody else had not that long ago. You got the internet. You can look up shit like the laws of the land and how things work and what a grand jury is and why there's grand juries. You need to understand that shit before you open up your big fucking mouth and light your Zippo and start burning down your fucking neighbor's store. Unbelievable, man. You know, the federal government has no fucking business getting involved in state issues. Don't you realize that they want this racial division? Are you too stupid to fucking see that? Eric Holder going to Ferguson because a black guy got killed by a white cop, but he doesn't go to Chicago when fucking blacks are slaughtering each other every day. He doesn't go to fucking any inner city where, look at Washington, D.C., the black on black violence all over this fucking country. And as far as this country goes, there is not another country on the planet that is better off for a black person to live in. It gives them more opportunity. Listen, the fucking most powerful man on the entire planet is a black person. That ain't good enough for you. Now, why are you blaming black cops for anything when the highest law enforcement official in America is a black person, Eric Holder? So if the cops are out of control in your mind, why aren't you putting that on his fucking desktop? He is in charge of every badge in this country. He's playing you motherfuckers, and you're too stupid to know it. God damn, it drives me nuts. And, you know, if you guys, and I don't mean this as a threat, this is just an open discussion, man. I don't want to see any violence. I really don't, but I'm going to tell you something. I'm not stupid, and I'm not afraid to say the truth. God forbid, if this country erupts in a race war, you guys are going to wake up a fucking sleeping white giant worse than the fucking Japanese did on December 7th when they woke up fucking America. Just because white people sit around and act like they're fucking quiet and they're just accepting shit. Dude, I have fucking a couple of white friends. I'm dialed into some different communities and people are fucking livid. And I'm going to tell you, you can listen to all the Black Panther bullshit about we're going to fucking slaughter fucking, you know, they kill us, we're going to kill them, or Al fucking Sharpton and all his bullshit, man, who uses you to make money. He slides into town, stirs up everything so he can get donations on his website, and he doesn't even pay his taxes. He's a fucking felon and criminal. He's a criminal that should be in jail, and the only reason he's not is because we kiss black people's asses and we won't put him in jail. But I'll tell you what, man, the day the fucking country lights up and white people are the target, just remember, you guys had a chance to fucking stop this shit. White people don't run around burning down fucking stores. But white people know how to handle fucking aggression when it's directed against them. I hope it doesn't come to that. I really do. I pray that it doesn't. Just like I prayed that Obama was going to be the savior for black America. I didn't vote for his stupid ass, but I prayed to God that he would be the best thing that ever happened to race relations, but it's not good enough for you guys. No. We don't treat him fair, you know? You guys fucking give no credit to how many white people voted Obama into office. You give no credit for the fucking hundreds of thousands of whites that died on the battlefield to fucking end slavery. You give no credit to the fucking fact that blacks in Africa were rounding up blacks and selling them to the white traders. You don't fucking understand your history. You get lied to and you believe it. You don't fucking want to understand that you have every opportunity. Now your sons and daughters can be the president of the United States. They can be the next Condoleezza Rice. Oh, she's a sellout. She was on Bush's side. You can fucking, your kids can be dentists and doctors. Oh, they're sellouts. They don't talk ghetto talk. They don't sound like Eazy-E when they talk. So they're sellouts. You are destroying your own fucking race. And I'm going to tell you something. People like me, I'm 52. We all believed racism was going to be over by the time we grew up. But guess what I figured out? I'm a slow learner, I guess, but I finally realized that blacks are more racist than the KKK. They don't want an end to racism because if they don't have that perpetual status of victim, if they don't feel like victims that are entitled to something, then they gotta fucking rise or fall on their own merits. They gotta produce. And they're not gonna have any of that shit. And that's why they fucking love Al Sharpton and fucking Eric Holder and all these other racists and these liberal, pathetic apologists like the fucking mayor of New York City. You know, you guys are destroying our country. And if you keep going in the direction you're going, someday you may remember the ugly cracker on the video who told you, you better pack a big fucking lunch, man, because, you know, white blood is boiling. It's boiling right now. You just don't fucking know it. And I hope it doesn't boil over, because this is our country and we're all in it together. You know, where would you rather be living in? Liberia? Are you sad that there was fucking slavery? You should be thanking your fucking distant relatives for putting up with the shit they did. Slavery was a fucking crime against humanity. And the fucking civil rights shit in the 60s was wrong. And I think Martin Luther King is spinning in his grave because you guys have squandered all his efforts, and he died in vain because of black people, not white people. Anybody that actually thinks that they're in more danger from a black cop than walking through a black neighborhood is a fucking idiot. Teach your fucking kids to do what they're told. If the police stop you and they're wrong, do what they say, and then fucking use the legal recourse. Get a lawyer, sue these motherfuckers. It happens all the time. I'm not saying all cops are fucking good. All right? I'm saying 99.9% of them are. And for you white cops that might be watching this, you're fools if you risk your life for anybody that's not white right now. I hate to say it, but the truth is it's not worth your career or going to jail or being responsible for the next race riot. You're driving down the street, you look out the window, you see a black guy breaking into a car, look straight ahead, keep going, go get a donut and a cup of coffee, and you're going to go home safe and you're going to get the same pay. It is no longer worth it. Listen, these people want no white cops interfering. Let them see what it's like without police officers. You guys should call in sick for 2 fucking weeks, the whole country of law enforcement. Or America should just fucking hire all black police officers and let's see how quick it goes, how quick it turns to shit. Just what black country is it that black people wish that they were in, you know? I mean, you look at all the black countries in the world, and they're shitholes compared to this, and guess who's fucking this country up? That's right, black Americans are fucking it up. Anyways, I hope everything turns out okay. I'm not real optimistic. LMS Tactical, I'm out.